Morning students, hope you all are doing good. In the last class we were discussing about the chapter called as food, and with regarding to the food chapter, what were the topics that we had already discussed and what are the topics that we are going to discuss. So let us have a look on them. In the last class we had discussed about vitamins, sources of vitamins, functions, deficiency diseases and also the symptoms. So all these were the concepts that we had discussed in our last session. Then what are the topics that we are going to discuss in the today's session? Yes. In the today's session, we are going to discuss about the topics like minerals, water and roughage and how these three components are required for our body. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss. So first let us start with the minerals. What are these minerals then? Minerals, these are the elements present in the food what we consume, and these are the elements which are required for our body. But why do we require? In order to develop our body and also to function the different organs in a healthier way. That is, minerals are the elements in the food that our body needs to develop and function normally. Then what are the minerals present in the food? Let us have a look on them. The essential minerals for health include calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, chloride, magnesium, iron, zinc, iodine, chromium, etc. So all these are the different varieties of the minerals. Let us have an image which represents the minerals. Yes, here you can see the images of the different minerals. The first it is the calcium. You can see broccoli, eggs. Then apart from that you can also see the fishes. And with regarding to the zinc, green peas, watermelon, meat is there, milk and its products. With regarding to magnesium, you can see the again milk. Then next comes the iron. Different kinds of the corns are present, and the last it is the potassium. Nuts are also present. So first let us start with the topics that we are going to discuss with regarding to the minerals. What are the topics with regarding to minerals? In the minerals, we are having the calcium, phosphorus, iron and iodine parts to be discussed. How these elements are required for our body and what happens if we do not consume them. Yes, so all these are the different things. There is a 4 elements are there. That is 4 minerals are there. Calcium, phosphorus and iodine for your syllabus. So first let me start with the first mineral, that is calcium. What are the different sources of calcium then? Yes, the different sources of calcium include milk and its products like milk, and apart from that products it may include the curd, butter, ghee, cheese, paneer, and apart from that green leafy vegetables. Then what is the function of calcium? Function of calcium, it is to build the healthy bones and also teeth in our body. Now let us have an image which represents the sources of calcium. Yes, here you can see the milk and its products and also green leafy vegetables. Broccoli is there, cucumber, spinach, nuts are also present, eggs. So all these are the different foods which are rich in calcium. Then the next mineral, let us go on to the next mineral, that is phosphorus. What are the different sources of phosphorus? The phosphorus, it may come with the help of milk, cereals, pulses, fish and meat. All these are the different sources of phosphorus where we can get the phosphorus to our body. Why is phosphorus required for our body? The main function of phosphorus is to maintain the growth of bones and also growth of the teeth in a healthier way. The bones and teeth, with regarding to calcium also it is the same, and with regarding to phosphorus also it is the same. Let us look at the image of the sources. Yes, here you can see the chicken, pork, seafood, all these other foods which are regarding the meat, and apart from that you can also see the sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, nuts, soya is there, milk and its products like Romano cheese and also beans, pulses and cereals and also milk and its products are the sources which are rich in phosphorus. Now let us go on to the next mineral. The next mineral, it is iron. What are the sources of the iron? Green leafy vegetables, green vegetables, nuts and jaggery. What is the function of iron then? It helps in the hemoglobin formation. That is, our blood contains the iron pigment called as hemoglobin. So it helps in the formation of hemoglobin in our body. Then what happens if we do not consume the iron? The lack of iron in the human body may result to the formation of a disease called as anemia. Then what is this anemia? Anemia, it is a process where the person's body is having less amount of the blood. So let me show the image regarding that also. First let me tell about the sources here. You can see beetroot is there, then nuts are present, and apart from that green leafy vegetables. So all these are the foods which are rich in iron. And also carrot is also a food which is rich in the iron content. Now let us go to the image representing the anemia here. Yes, here you can see the two palms or the two hands which represent the different colors. One is pale yellowish in color and the other one it is reddish in color. The red color, it indicates the presence of hemoglobin, and the white color usually it indicates lack of hemoglobin, means less amount of hemoglobin is present. Whenever you consult a doctor, they check your eyes in order to identify what is the blood count, means just by opening the eyes, the lower eyelid, they start to see if the blood is correct to your body or no. And even with the help of the nails also we can identify the amount of the blood. So this is regarding the iron. Now let us go on to the next mineral. It is iodine. What are the sources of the iodine then? Fruits, vegetables, seafood, and also the iodized salt. With regard to iodized salt, we may see the advertisements like Tata salt and all. And what is the function of iodine in our body? It helps in the proper functioning of the thyroid gland. And if we do not consume the iodine, it may lead to a disease called as goiter. Let me show the image of this also. Yes, here you can see the image representing the goiter. Means the throat of the person, it is completely swelled up due to the abnormal functioning of the thyroid gland in the human body. If we are suffering from the lack of deficiency of iodine, the throat part starts to swell up and it indicates the disease called as a goiter. The next one, it is the water. Almost 70% of our body weight, it is consisting of the water. Then why is water required for our body? Let us try to find out it. Water, it is the medium through which all the essential vitamins and minerals are transported in the bodies of living organisms. Means whatever the essential minerals it may be, vitamins, all these they have to be passed from one organ to the another. Like when you eat the food, it enters just into your stomach, but it has to pass your hand in order to do the work. It has to pass to your legs when you want to walk from one place to another. So here water, it acts as a medium. It acts as a particular area where it has to transport from one area to the another. The next one, water, it helps to maintain the body temperature. Either it may be in the plants or it may be in the animals. With regarding to summer, we usually take large amount of the water so that the body temperature gradually decreases. And the next one, it also plays a crucial role in the digestion of food. Whatever the food we take, it has to be digested and it has to be passed to our body to get the energy, and the excess of waste, it has to be eliminated out of our body. In order to carry out all these processes in a order wise or in a sequence wise, water is very much essential. And the next one, water, it helps to improve the circulation of oxygen throughout the body. Whenever we breathe, we are taking only the air, not the oxygen. So here what happens, whenever we take the air, our lungs has to purify the oxygen and also the carbon dioxide. Oxygen, it has to travel to all the parts of our body, and carbon dioxide, it has to be eliminated again with the help of the nose. So in order to carry out all these process, again water which is combined with the blood also plays a important role. Then what are the next topics with regard to water? The excretion of waste in the human body requires water. Insufficient water in the body may increase the strain on the kidneys, resulting in the formation of kidney stones. That is, whenever the excretion has to take place, our body requires the water. Excretion means nothing but the waste products. They have to be passed out of our body. Either it may be the solid waste or it may be the liquid waste. It requires small quantity of the water. If we do not take the water, what would happen? The toxic substances like the urea, we do not actually consume the urea, but we gradually take the uric substances into our body. The nitrogen content, urea content, so all these gradually enter into our body with the help of the food what we consume. But they have to be eliminated out of our body, because if we do not eliminate, it may result in the formation of kidney stones, because all these products, they start to accumulate in the kidneys and they result in the formation of the kidney stones. And the last one, it is also essential for all the mechanism which is taking place in the cells of the body. Either it may be the respiration, then apart from that, movement of the substances from one part of the body to another, circulation. So for all these processes, again, water is essential. So this is regarding the importance of water in the food what we consume. Then the next topic, it is nothing but the roughage. Then what is this roughage? Roughage, it is a fiber that is basically edible. It is a fiber. We usually come across the fibers that are basically edible. Then what are these fibers? Either it may be the wheat, then oats. So all these are the different kinds of the fiber content foods which we consume, and it has the ability to withstand the human digestive system's enzyme. This facilitates in the proper disposal of the waste materials. Means they mix up with the human digestive enzymes and they help in the disposal, means eliminating the waste substances which are produced in our body. That is the excess of food what we consume or the undigested food what is present in our body. It has to be eliminated. So these roughages, they help in the proper disposal of the undigested food from our body. Then what are the examples for the roughages? Let us have a look on it. The examples with regard to the whole grains, it is oats, and with regard to the vegetables, carrots, cucumbers, and also beans. So all these are the different examples for the roughages. So that's it for the today's session, children. Now let us summarize what we had studied. Today in this session we had discussed about the minerals. In the minerals we had discussed about calcium, iron, phosphorus and iodine. And apart from that, water and the importance of water in the day-to-day life, and apart from that, roughages. So all these are the topics that we had covered in our today's session. If you have any doubts, you can just call me or you can just message me about the doubts which you are having. And that's it for the today's session, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.